But there's a quote from one of my English teachers at Lower Merion named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard the saying, rest at the end, not in the middle? Do you always pushing forward even when faced with uncertainty? How do you approach challenges when you don't have all the answers? Do you keep going, trusting that you'll figure it out along the way? How can we apply this mindset to our own lives to keep pushing and building even when things seem unclear? What would happen if we embrace this philosophy every morning, approaching each day with determination and resilience?
What does losing feel like to you?
It's exciting.
Why is it exciting?
Because it means you have different ways to get better. There's certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of, right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up, right? So it was exciting. I mean, it sucks to lose.
Right.
All right, folks, listen up. Ever wonder what it takes to be a winner? Ever wonder what separates the greats from the rest? Well, let me tell you a little story about a man named Kobe Bryant. You see, Kobe wasn't just a basketball player, he was a legend. He didn't just win, he dominated. But what made Kobe truly special wasn't just his talent, it was his mindset. You heard that right. Kobe saw losing not as a setback, but as an opportunity. He embraced it. He welcomed it. Because to him, losing meant one thing: room for improvement. Now let's break it down. Picture this, you're Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. You've won championships, broken records, achieved the impossible. But guess what? You still lose. And you know what? That's okay. Because losing isn't the end of the road, it's just a pit stop on the journey to greatness. It's a chance to learn, to grow, to evolve. It's a wake-up call, a reminder that there's always room for improvement. So why is losing exciting to Kobe? Because it means he has different ways to get better. It means there are weaknesses to shore up, strategies to refine, skills to hone. It means he's not done yet, he's just getting started. Now, let's apply this to our own lives. How many times have we faced setbacks, failures, disappointments? How many times have we let fear of losing hold us back from taking risks, from chasing our dreams? But what if we took a page out of Kobe's playbook? What if we saw losing not as a defeat, but as a stepping stone to success? What if we embraced failure as a teacher, a mentor, a guide? Think about it. Every time we stumble, every time we fall, we have a choice. We can either let it break us, or we can let it make us. We can either wallow in self-pity, or we can rise from the ashes stronger and more resilient than ever before. So why not watch this every morning? Why not start each day with a reminder that losing isn't the end, it's just the beginning? Why not use Kobe's wisdom as fuel to ignite our own journey to greatness? Because let me tell you something, folks. Life is full of ups and downs, twists and turns, victories and defeats, but it's how we respond to those challenges that defines who we are. It's our ability to turn setbacks into comebacks, failures into triumphs, losses into lessons. So the next time you find yourself facing adversity, remember Kobe's words. Remember that losing isn't the end, it's just the beginning of something greater. Remember that every setback is an opportunity in disguise, a chance to rise above and become the best version of yourself. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe you'll look back on those losses one day and realize they were the best thing that ever happened to you. So watch this every morning. Let it inspire you, motivate you, empower you to embrace the journey, to welcome the challenges, to never stop striving for greatness. Because in the end, it's not about how X many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. And with Kobe's mindset guiding you, there's no limit to what you can achieve.
You have to do the hard stuff and watch that game and study that game to not make those mistakes over and over again just because you weren't brave enough to face it. So she came down to the office. I brought her down to the office and we sat down, we watched that game together.
Wow.
Right? And you gotta deal with
Face
it.
it.
You gotta deal with it. Face it, learn from it. You don't want to have that feeling again, do you? Right? So you gotta really study it, face it, And not to say you'll win the next time you fail, but at least you'll give yourself a better chance.
Hey there, morning warriors. Ready to kickstart your day with a dose of inspiration? Let's dive right in. You know, life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes you got to face the hard stuff head on. You got to watch that game, study it, dissect it. Why? So you don't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. It takes bravery to confront your failures, to own up to them, to learn from them. But guess what? It's worth it. Think about it. Do you really want to keep feeling that sting of defeat, that pang of regret? Of course not. So buckle up, Buttercup, and get ready to face it. Study it, analyze it, break it down. Because here's the thing: when you confront your fears, when you tackle your weaknesses head on, you're not just leveling up your game, you're giving yourself a fighting chance. Now, I'm not saying you'll win every battle. Life doesn't work like that. But here's the kicker: by facing your challenges, by learning from your mistakes, you're stacking the odds in your favor. You're setting yourself up for success, one brave step at a time. So, what's on the agenda for today? Another round of snooze button roulette. Or are you ready to roll up your sleeves and take on the day? Remember, every morning is a fresh start, a blank canvas waiting to be painted with your determination and grit. Sure, it's tempting to stay in your comfort zone to avoid the hard stuff. But where's the growth in that? Where's the challenge, the excitement, the thrill of pushing yourself to new heights? So here's your wake-up call. It's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to embrace the struggle, to lean into the discomfort, to push past your limits. Because that's where the magic happens. You see, success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about perseverance, resilience, tenacity. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work, putting in the hours, grinding it out, day in and day out. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the person you become along the way, the lessons you learn, the challenges you overcome. It's about the blood, sweat, and tears that go into chasing your dreams. So are you ready to watch this every morning? To remind yourself that greatness isn't achieved overnight, but through relentless effort and unwavering determination. To embrace the hard stuff, to face it head on, to learn and grow from it. Because let me tell you something, my friend, the only way to win is to play the game. So lace up your boots, tighten your belt, and get ready to take on the world. Because today, like every day, is your chance to shine. So watch this every morning and let it fuel your fire.
It's an obsessiveness that comes along with it. You want things to be as perfect as they can be, understanding that nothing is ever perfect. But the challenge is try to get them as perfect as they can be. And what can you do? It's in your control. So control what you can.
You see, when you aim for perfection, you set the bar high. You challenge yourself to go above and beyond, to push the limits of what is possible. And yes, it's not always possible to reach your goals. You may stumble along the way. But let me tell you, it's part of the journey. Because this is the truth. Life is messy. It's unpredictable. It's filled with twists and turns we never saw coming. But that's what makes it so beautiful. That's what makes it worth fighting for. And yes, it can be scary. It can be difficult. But let me tell you, it's also very exciting. So what can you do? It's really simple. Control what you can. Focus on what is within your power and ignore the rest. Well, it sounds easier said than done, but let me tell you, it's a game changer. Because when you focus on what you can control, you take back your power. You stop wasting energy on things beyond your control and start shifting it to more important things. You become the master of your own destiny, the captain of your own ship. And yes, it will take time. Patience will be required. It will take perseverance. But let me tell you, it's worth it. Because when you take control of your life, when you own your choices, when you change your thoughts, you change your life. Let this video be the spark that ignites your passion, the fuel that drives you forward, the reminder that you have the power to change your life. Because let me tell you, the only thing standing between you and your dreams is you. What are you waiting for? It's time to watch this video every morning and unleash your inner greatness.
Like, I see a lot of players take vacations with other players that are close friends. And they'll just take vacations just to take vacations, or just hang out just to hang out. Like, I never did that. But it was a
Why not
choice.
though? Why didn't you do that?
Well, because when I retire, I didn't want to have to say, I wish I would have done more. I don't want that.
Now, you might be wondering why. Why should you watch this every morning? Well, let me tell you a little story about Kobe Bryant. Yeah, that's Kobe Bryant, the man who dominates the basketball court like no other. You see, Kobe had a mindset like no other. He didn't waste his time on frivolous things like vacations or hanging out just for the sake of it. No, he was laser focused on his goals, on being the best he could be. And why? Why did he have this relentless drive, this insatiable hunger for greatness? Because he knew that when he retired, he didn't want to have any regrets. He didn't want to look back and say, I wish I would have done more. Let that sink in for a moment. How many of us go through life with that nagging feeling of regret? How many of us look back and wish we had taken more risks, chased our dreams with more fervor, lived our lives with more purpose? But here's the thing. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to start living with intention, with passion, with purpose. And that's where watching this every morning comes in. Because when you start your day with these words, with this reminder of what's possible, you set the tone for the rest of your day. You remind yourself that life is precious, that every moment counts, that you have the power to shape your destiny. So my friends, I urge you to watch this every morning. Let it be the spark that ignites your fire, the fuel that propels you forward, the reminder that you are capable of greatness. And yeah, I know it's not easy. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. But that's when you gotta dig deep, when you gotta lean into the challenge, when you gotta remind yourself of why you started in the first place. Because let me tell you something, the road to success is not a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs. But if you stay true to yourself, if you keep your eye on the prize, if you watch this every morning, you'll get there. So my friends, I'll leave you with this. Don't wait until it's too late to chase your dreams. Don't wait until you're looking back with regret to start living with purpose. Start today. Watch this every morning. And watch your life transform before your very eyes.
I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. I think that's what greatness is or should be. Is how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person that then inspires another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever. Yeah. And I think that's our challenge as people, is to figure out how our story can impact others and motivate them in a way to create their own greatness.
What does it mean to be truly great? Is it about achieving fame and fortune? Is it about winning awards and accolades? No, greatness is so much more than that. It's about inspiring others, lifting them up, and helping them reach their full potential. Think about it. When was the last time someone inspired you? Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you when no one else did. Maybe it was a friend who encouraged you to chase your dreams. Maybe it was a stranger whose story touched your heart and made you want to be a better person. That, my friends, is greatness. It's about how you can inspire a person to then inspire another person who inspires another person. It's about creating a ripple effect of positivity and empowerment that can change the world. So how can you be great? How can you inspire others and create a legacy that lasts forever? It starts with your story. Your experiences, your struggles, your triumphs, they all have the power to impact others in profound ways. But it's not just about telling your story, it's about living it. It's about being authentic and vulnerable, sharing your truth with the world, and showing others that they're not alone in their struggles. And yeah, it's going to be hard. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when you question whether your story even matters. But that's when you got to dig deep. That's when you got to remind yourself of the impact you can have on others. Because let me tell you something, your story matters. It matters to the person who's struggling with the same challenges you faced. It matters to the person who's lost hope and needs a glimmer of light to guide them out of the darkness. So don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and open up about your struggles, because when you do, you give others permission to do the same. You create a space where people can come together, support each other, and lift each other up. And that, my friends, is how you create greatness. It's not about what you achieve for yourself, it's about what you inspire others to achieve. It's about creating a legacy of positivity and empowerment that lives on long after you're gone. Watch this and remind yourself of the power you have to inspire others. Watch this and ask yourself how you can make a difference in someone else's life today. Watch this and remember that greatness isn't about what you do for yourself, it's about what you do for others. So go out there and be great. Be the inspiration that someone else needs to create their own greatness. Thank you all for taking the time and energy to watch the entire video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found inspiration in this video. Share it with your friends and family so they can also be inspired just like you. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest videos. Let's together create strong energy to conquer all challenges in life. See you in the next videos. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.